I started golf regularly at I think 4.5-ish.
Wow.
I think ever since I was 8 or 9, I've played continuously. I'm very sure that a lot of great golfers are going to come from Hyderabad. I think he is one of the best coaches you could ever meet. As a player, it's Dhoni, but as a team, it's SRH. This is just the beginning, and I'm sure that women's golf is going to go a long way. I would want to be in that group. My brother, can I make it a 4-ball?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tiger Woods and MS Dhoni. South Zone, then the IGU, then I'm obviously amateur, then now the professional. So I never felt that pressure, to be very honest, become a top golfer of the country and the world, become the world number one.
Hello viewers, this is Mani Nukla. Welcome to Sportis Life's Young Achiever series. Please watch, like and subscribe to our channel. Today we have a rising star from the world of Indian golf, Sneha Singh, a professional golfer from Hyderabad who's making her mark both at the national and international circuit. From early beginnings on the golf course to competing at the highest level, Sneha's journey is all about focus, grit and passion. Let's dive into her story, her challenges and what it takes to succeed in a sport that demands both mental and physical mastery. Sneha, thank you so much for talking to Sporty's Life. So firstly, I want to ask, how did golf happen to you? What drew you to this game? Because it's not common in India for a girl to start golf from a younger age. So how did it all start for you?
Yeah, so my dad was a professional golfer, and I think I was 3.5, 4 when he used to take me to his practice sessions.
Okay.
And just watching him hit the ball as a 3.5-year, 4-year-old kid, what attracts you is the ball is going so high, it's going so far. So that is what attracted me to the game. That was my first look on the game, and all I wanted to do since then was just to play. I started golf regularly at I think 4.5-ish.
Wow.
Then I was put into the junior camp, and even there, all I tried to do was hit the ball as high as I could, which obviously wasn't possible at that time. But yeah, and when we moved to Hyderabad when I was 6, I started playing a couple of tournaments, and once I started understanding how the game is being played and everything, I just knew that this is what I will do for my entire life.
Wow,
and there's nothing else. And yeah, I've never looked back after that. So yeah, that's how it all started.
And I'm glad. I mean, actually, when you said that 4.5, 5 years, right? I think that means you started enjoying the sport from that time itself. I think that's what drew you and where you have. And like we always talk about, especially when it comes to golf, right, Sneha, it is such a mentally demanding sport as well. When you're looking from outside, for everyone it feels that, hey, you're hitting the ball and you're walking, and for outsiders it feels like you're in a good environment, greenery and everything, but it has such an impact on your mind, isn't it? So what are the challenges you faced while actually playing these sports, and while you're playing, what are the challenges you faced from this aspect?
Challenges, I don't think I faced any challenges mentally, to be very honest, but yes, as you mentioned, it's a very mentally demanding sport, because there's so many different holes, there's so many different kinds of shot you need to hit.
Correct.
Sometimes you hit it well, sometimes you hit it very poorly, but yeah, I mean, it's all because I was lucky enough that I started playing tournaments from a very young age, so I got used to it, so I never really felt that pressure. Because I started playing when I was 6 tournaments, and ever since I was 8 or 9, I've played continuously.
Wow.
South Zone, then the IGU, then I'm obviously amateur, then now the professional. So I never felt that pressure, to be very honest. But yeah, it's a very mentally demanding sport. You need to stay at the best of your mental state. You need to always stay positive, because obviously the thoughts, what you think, they affect your game. I mean, even if you're hitting the best ball, but if you don't have the trust within you, if you don't believe yourself, then you may be the number 1 player skill wise, but I don't think it's hard for you to get to the number 1 in the rankings. So I think what is very important is to stay mentally calm, at the same time mentally very positive, and always to believe in yourself no matter what the situation is.
Sneha, how important is the support system in golf? When I say that, is your family and the coach, and also you're playing in Hyderabad, where I don't know if I can say that it's one of the main cities for golf in India, but definitely in the last few years we've only seen Hyderabad growing there in terms of golf as well. But how has been this challenge? How has been the support for you in the last few years?
I'm very lucky that way. I've got all the support I needed, and I'm lucky enough to get that continuous support. My family is always there for me, especially my brother. He's 7.5 years younger to me.
Okay.
But his mom used to travel with me, so he used to always stay at home ever since he was in nursery, and he continues to do it.
Wow.
So I'm very grateful to have such a loving, such a supportive family, friends, and you mentioned Hyderabad. It's a beautiful place. I love. I'm here since I was 6 years old. This is my home.
Yeah.
I would really like to thank the Hyderabad Golf Club, Boulder Hills.
Yeah.
They're so encouraging. They encouraged me when I was a junior, and all the other juniors, of course, and they're continuing to do it. It's a great environment, and I'm very sure that a lot of great golfers are going to come from Hyderabad
absolutely.
because the environment here is to make sure that people grow.
Yeah.
Juniors come to take the sport and take it up professionally and make India proud. So I've received immense support, for which I'm really grateful for.
Absolutely. Yeah. And who is your coach now? Sneha?
So my dad
Is
is
he
a
good?
coach.
Is that different when your dad is your coach? You think any difference you see that way?
I mean, obviously, you have a lot of more arguments because it's family. But I mean, my dad is a very calm person. He's a very patient guy. So I think I'm the impatient one there. but yeah, it does not make that much of a difference. Again, it's all in your mind. If you think it'll make a difference, then it does. If you don't think, then it doesn't.
Yeah.
But no, I'd rather. I've never thought of any other coach in my journey. I mean, my dad's been. I think he is one of the best coaches you could ever meet. And he's helped me get here. And I'm sure he will help me get to the best possible stage as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, Sneha, you've been saying that you've been playing tournaments since you're 8 or 9 years old, right? So it's been close to more than a decade. You've been playing all these tournaments in India, and now you're traveling abroad to represent our country in various international tournaments as well. So, what is a typical tournament week like, and what is your preparation like for that particular tournament?
So in India, obviously, and obviously internationally as well, nothing much, just a few. Start my day with a couple of stretches, then obviously I don't give in too much time into the mental thinking. Obviously, I make a couple of I wouldn't say strategies, but plan on how I want to play the golf course the next day, and that is what I do. That is what I focus on. Otherwise, it's very normal day, just getting up, doing a couple of stretches, playing a round of golf, and then I like to practice after my round for like 40-50 minutes. I do that, then I go home, take a nap, and then again do a couple of stretches and stuff like that, and just prepare on how I want to play the round the next day, and just go play, and then this is what it is. But internationally, there's one difference. I look on eating better food because you don't get it. I'm a big Indian food fan, so outside you don't get that, especially for breakfast. I'm used to eating idli, vadas and everything, so I make sure to get some good food outside. That is very important when you're traveling outside, because you don't feel it, but it does make a difference when you're not in your comfort zone in terms of eating. So that is just a week for me, and that is how it keeps on going. Some workout in between, but more of stretches.
But how important do you think is recovery? I mean, you said, in the golf course, you'll be there like for 4 to 5 hours continuously. Like you said, physically and also mentally, you're drained out after each hole and you come back. So you think recovery is also very important for the next day? When I say recovery, is just taking that good sleep.
No, sleep is very important. In general, as a person also, you need good sleep to perform the next day. Sleep is very important. I make sure to sleep as early as 9:30 and get up. I mean, I try to complete my 7.5-8 hours of sleep, which is important, and that's good enough for recovery.
Correct.
And obviously, I said a good diet is also very important.
Absolutely.
A good workout routine is also very important for recovery.
No, that's perfect. And like you said, I was just mentioning also that you've been playing for so many years in Hyderabad in this tournament. I mean, in terms of the opportunities, in Hyderabad or in overall golf for women golfers in India, where do you see the current ecosystem of golf in India, and in terms of the visibility and the opportunities to go to the next level?
Well, there are a lot of opportunities definitely for us in India. Like, I think for a typical junior golfer who wants to play professionally, the pathway goes like you play your zonal, whatever zone you're in, north, south, east or west. Then you play the IGU juniors, then the amateur, and then if you want to take up the sport professionally, then you play the professional tour. This is how the pathway is for someone who wants to play golf professionally, and from there then you have different tours across the world where you can go and qualify and play. But the environment is good. I think the past decade there are a lot of women golfers who've come up, and there are a lot of us playing on the Ladies European Tour, which
Yes.
is one of the highest tours in the world.
Yes.
So yeah, it's improving, and I think it has the potential to grow massively. This is just the beginning, and I'm sure that women's golf is going to go a long way.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt.
And it has a bright future for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we wish the same for that. And I'm sure, like you said, so many more things to come actually in that way. So lastly, Sneha, what are your goals in terms of, will you set something like, okay, for the next 2-3 years or some short-term goals, and eventually I would want to do this? What is your goal in terms of your professional career?
So I'm going to go to play the Ladies European Tour right now, as I mentioned, in Spain and a couple of other countries. So that's the short-term goal, to play well there.
Absolutely.
And the long-term goal is obviously to represent the country at the Olympics, the Asian Games, and become a top golfer of the country. And the world, become the world number one. So that is my long-term goal, and
I think nothing but all the best wishes for you. I think you're already doing such a good work for women's golf, and I wish you all the best from that front. So let's get into a different category now, Sneha. I'll just ask some fun questions related to your sport. So just come out and say which are the things you want to which come in your mind and just want to say. Okay. If you could play a round of golf with any 3 people, who would that be and why?
who would that be? Any person.
Even living, or even if you have any.
Yeah, no, I would play with. I would want to be in that group. My brother. Can I make it a 4-ball?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tiger Woods and MS Dhoni.
Oh wow! I think there's a natural way cricketers play actually decent golf.
Yeah, they
isn't
play
it?
good golf.
They
Yeah,
good golf.
correct.
So Tiger Woods, of course.
Yeah, and I would want my dad and my mom to be caddying in that group.
Perfect. I think that's you have covered everyone in that aspect. Yeah. In terms of the different types of courses, right, Sneha? There's links, there's desert courses. What's your vibe? Which one do you prefer, or in terms of the different courses you play?
I like parkland courses.
Parkland,
more.
yeah, that's one of the things. Yeah.
Because I'm used to seeing trees around the fairways and trees around the golf course, because most of the courses in India have a lot of trees. So I'm very used to that environment. So I would say parkland.
Parkland is fair enough. Okay, Sneha, what is your favorite club in the bag?
Driver.
Oh, straight, huh?
Yeah, it's because over the last couple of years I've enjoyed hitting my driver more than anything. So I keep hitting my driver even on the range. So that's my favorite club, and that is probably one of the clubs which I can trust to an extent.
Yeah, absolutely great. So what is that you like doing when you're not practicing or competing, when you don't have these hectic tournaments or anything? What is that you do?
I'm not someone who would take a lot of off days from golf, but even if I would, that last not more than 1.5 day.
Okay.
But yeah, apart from playing golf, I sometimes play badminton.
Wow.
I try to play some cricket because that's my second favorite sport apart from golf. And yeah, just I'm a very I like doing
you just
sports.
Like sports,
Yeah, I just don't
keeping
like
yourself
to sit.
fit also, and you're just
So just enjoy. I think the only thing you can enjoy is sport. Like you can literally, that's all we wished for as kids, right? I want to go and play. So I'm getting that opportunity. I'm very lucky, very grateful.
Amazing,
so
amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
So tricky questions now. Who is your favorite Indian golfer, both men and women?
Indian golfer. Men, Anirban Lahiri.
Oh, absolutely.
Women, Aditi Ashok.
Yeah, great. And what about non-Indian golfers, international? Who's your best? Who's your favorite, sir?
Of all-time favorite, Tiger Woods. And I like watching a couple of golfers: Rory, Nelly Korda, Lydia Ko.
Absolutely.
And
do you watch a lot of golf as well?
No, I don't. I don't watch a lot of golf. I watch cricket more than I watch golf.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow, that's nice. Okay. So, what about your favorite sports person outside of golf?
MS Dhoni.
Oh, I know you were saying one of them. Really? Oh,
yeah. No, I just like the way he is.
Absolutely.
On and off the field, very calm. And I mean, it's very relaxing to watch him play. He's always so calm, and he hits those big sixes and everything. which is good. I just enjoy watching him play. And even my family, my mom and dad, both of them are huge Dhoni fans.
Okay, yeah.
They make sure to watch every CSK match.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's MS Dhoni.
So what about Sunrisers Hyderabad?
Oh, I love that team. It's my home team, obviously, from Hyderabad.
Second is CSK.
I would say that I like CSK because Dhoni.
Dhoni. That's
Right?
yeah,
But if you see my all-time favorite number one team is SRH. I definitely want them to win.
Same here. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as a player, it's Dhoni, but as a team, it's SRH. Yeah.
Great. So Sneha, I mean, thank you so much. It was short, but so much fun to kind of know what you're doing in golf, and I wish you all the best for the tournaments which is upcoming in the next few weeks. You're going to Spain and few other European countries. So I wish you all the best. Make India proud, and I wish you a great future ahead in golf. And I think this is one sport that needs that lift. I think it's already, like you said, it's doing so good in the last few years in India. I wish you all the best, Neha.
Thank you for having me, Mani, and I hope to see you with more upcoming future golfers doing podcasts.
Absolutely.
This will really help the game grow. And